Censored by Paradox. No compromise, no surrender. It is the new expansion for Hearts of Iron for Philippines, China, Red China, and Japan. I've got brand new focus trees, and let's have a look at the world. What did they do to my beautiful China? It has been balkanized. What do I think of this expansion? I think China is a lot weaker, and I think Japan is a lot stronger. But I do think the most interesting focus tree, probably because of the challenge, is China. I'm going to show you the right clicks you need to make as China on a historical game to defeat the Japanese. This is going to be a tricky one, so let's assess the situation. No puppets, warlords, not aligned with me, not in the same faction, and then we have so many issues. We have corruption, which benefits us on political power, which is kind of cool. However, this one's pretty bad. That's also pretty bad, but we don't have to deal with that until we go to war. This is also kind of pretty bad. You know, I kind of like this. I like these have benefits and deficits. I kind of like they do a bit of both. If you want to, you can continue your opium trade and get a small boost to your economy. But truth is that 15% penalty for your factory output is pretty bad. And then also your research is pretty awful too. Of all the nerfs, though, this is the worst one. We need to fix our factory output ASAP. And we are going to play historical. If you click historical, you can see the historical focuses. Yes. And we're going to do that dong. Yes, dong-gu. Which isn't democratic. And it isn't, well, I guess any other ideology. It is just the status quo. An authoritarian leader controlling and keeping together China. Maybe we need a strongman to keep the whole country together. Maybe not. Let's see. One thing I like to do at the start of the game is queue up factories in every single province. We do also have control of this too. And then you filter them to the top, the ones that you can build in the most. And that way it'll let you know where you can build, gain a long-term benefit. And a lot of them are on the coastline. Wuhan, famous for all the wrong reasons. Yeah, these two look like the way forward. The Wuhan and Hubei. So we're going to build hill to begin with. The economy is awful at the start of the game, and you're actually low on coal. What does coal do? It is a penalty to your construction speed and your output if you do not have enough coal. Coal is basically the power of your factory. It's kind of like the electricity. Anyway, let's get all those divisions together. Move them here. Convert them to the boys. We're going to go for radio immediately to get that reinforce rate. At the same time, we're going to also go for basic machine tools. Trains, artillery, and trucks. The rest of the guns go into your guns. We are making a ship. It's almost finished. We might as well finish it. I love how simple China is. I like that you haven't got a lot of research. You haven't got a lot of technologies. There's not a lot of complications, but you know there's an incoming war against you. Who could you be? Everyone loves Japan, right? But in this timeline, they're the bad guys. Come on, we can admit that, right? Import a tiny bit of steel. Only a little bit. And that just keeps the balance of the guns a little bit higher. What I'll do is I'll move the train to the bottom. And the train will take the penalty of factory output for lack of steel. All right, 5 speed. Let's go. Let's have some planes. We'll exercise those to level 3. Exercise the divisions. And if you look closely at the new doctrine rework, you can see this gives XP for your infantry. There's a little test for us now. So right now, from exercising our entire army, we are gaining 4.8. Oh, no, it's going up. 5.6. Okay, it's still going up. All right, we'll come back to that in a second. It looks like it's adjusting and tweaking based on the amount of battalions we're currently assigning. Historical path. Denounce feudalism. The warlords hate us for now. Okay, 5.7 per month. 5.7. So if I was to convert these all to the smaller division, still 5.7. Now, what if we merge these divisions by consolidating them? We're at 5.7, and those numbers are at 6. So it looks like if the overall strength of the division is higher, you gain more overall mastery. So just heads so, if you're not aware, this number represents mastery, which is a new currency for doctrines. When I assign the doctrine with XP, I'll automatically gain some progress in this doctrine automatically. And we've banked 2 so far. So it looks like keeping the strength up nice and high is essential. Denounce feudalism. Degree of end corruption, which just fixes our economy. We will work on that shortly, so just soon. So that just fixes a little part of the economy, and then we lose a little bit of political power gain, so win some, lose some. We need the counting XP, but first thing we're going to do is mobilize, so we'll do partial mode when we get the opportunity. Right, to fix the trade then, we're going to need to go for this one here. 35, 35, 35, let's go. Radio, let's go. It is time for partial mobilization. Going for that early is a really biggie. You get lots of economy, lots of opportunity to grow. Lack of power is a bit of a problem, but we will fix that very shortly. 8% penalty to construction is brutal. Incident. Now we get the opportunity to annex one of the puppets. Well, not quite annex, but merge. All right, now we have the option to import steel from that specific puppet. So go here, cancel, subject, Boom. Steel problem has been resolved. And now we can take advantage of the dues contracts, which fixes our trade problem. There's two issues. The flat amount has been reduced, and also the amount of efficiency cap is decreased as well. We are going to fix both of those problems ASAP. It's early, it hurts my stability, but let's just fix this opium trade problem, and this will also slowly work away of the trade problems we're experiencing. No one wants to trade with us because we're a big opium dealer right now. We are dealing in all the wrong kind of stuff. And put down your opium one day and pick up, I don't know, rifles. Surprisingly, the international community is okay with that. Let's fix our research problem. The revolutionary educator, hiring all the radicals, which gives stability as well. So we gain the stability, lose the stability. It's a balancing act. Right, we are fixing the drug problem, and we are fixing that slowly over time every 6 months, rooting out the poison. And every 6 months, that problem will be fixed ever so slightly. I recommend doing that one first. I think that's the biggie. Next up, let's form the United Chinese Front. All right, we've annexed one of our warlords. He has joined us. We now have more divisions and more divisions. Deploy. The big puppet is this one because he has 35 divisions, and we need those extra divisions. So what we're going to do is choose to make this puppet integrate into us. There's a chance they could say no here. Ah, they have. There we go. So we've got 2 puppet states now. Have they got any resources? A little bit of steel. But we don't need steel right now, but that will come in handy later on. So in that case, we're going to grab all these divisions from both of our puppet nations. And now we have an army to guard the coastline. Specifically say guard forts and also guard naval bases. Exercise you to level 3 and give it a general with some mighty fine defense. You'll do. What I could also do is select a fresh general, politically connected. Then we'll promote him and make him a defensive doctrine. An organization first too. This gives him that reinforce rate plus extra entrenchment. Now we're training our expeditionary forces. Does that give us extra XP? It does. Wow. Okay, loads of XP. All right, let's fix the economy. So here, let's just fix the economy. So army offense guy, let's do it. Now we've got ticking XP, which we can use to select our doctrines, which we will in due time, soon. What we're also going to do is build a few coastal forts. One here, 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 and here, and here. Also one here. Also one here. Also one here. What we're doing here is allowing us to defend the coastline just a little bit more aggressively. It'll make sense in a moment as we start to build these forts. We probably should want to start building them immediately. The first level's really cheap. The forts are not really why I want to build them. They give a defense against naval invasion, which is awesome and everything. However, the reason we're building them is so therefore these divisions will assign onto those forts, as I mentioned earlier. See, when I click this, it means it's going to move them to the coastal forts. Time to work on the guns. Yeah, each of these build significantly fast, and immediately when the fort is built, they immediately reassign to where they need to be. So there is a little battle between the communists in the Far East here. I don't care about it, though. We're going to ignore it because we can get better relations with the Soviet Union if we don't touch that area. All right, let's do a bunch of things. Let's fix the education, and then we're also going to fix the inefficient economy. We've got lots of things to fix. Factions now have goals and objectives, and we can change one of them. So we've done a develop joint research practices, which has been complete. They can select a new goal, which will have rewards attached to it. These ones declaring war aren't very helpful. So expanding our armed forces for armor is not very helpful. Build military infrastructure. Number of faction-controlled border states with a maximum infrastructure of 19. I don't know how that benefits us, but there's no other missions that are really that applicable, so let's go for that one. I think it wants to build literal infrastructure on the border states. I don't know if that helps us, though. Maybe it's talking about all buildings. Infantry expert is essential. Those stats are huge. Top it off as well. Advisors. The vice premier getting plus 0.15 political power per day. You know, I've not done the equation on there, but that seems like a big amount, so we're going to go with that one. All right. Japan is fabricating. Unfortunately, the northern states have not joined our faction, which is very frustrating because that puts us on the back foot. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know the focus you have to select. Remember, this is an early access version. This has probably got a lot of little bugs in it and tweaks in it before the final release. So be aware the version you're playing might be a little bit different. So FYI, my previous run, I did not run into this problem. All right, military affair commission. Let's start to fix the actual army itself. And as you can see, the army's in a really bad way. Look at that 15% defense penalty. That's the biggie. All the other ones you can kind of get away with. Organ recovery rate would be useful as well. But yes, again, 15% defense reduction is brutal. The Mayo has been unlocked, and we are going to go for this one that reduces the cost of guns. This means that significantly less steel will be needed to produce guns. Then we'll go for the production output. Then we'll go for more production efficiency gains. Cheaper guns as well. Keeping the guns down in price is super important. Then we go for the stats. Yeah, there we go. All right, stability is a biggie. Let's get that stability up. 70 stability is a biggie. The Marco Polo Bridge incident. Oh, this sucks. Really bad. So Japan now's at war with everyone. All right, let's split the boys up and watch what Japan do initially. Okay, so they've created a united front, as to be expected. Now we can move our troops over and help out. Right now, you are at war. You can go for these focuses, which give loads of mills. These two give 2 each, so 4 mills are locked behind there. And that obviously makes a big difference to our industry early game. All right, the Chinese United Front has been, well, united. This kind of tempted right here to try and produce some more infantry, but at the time being, I'm just going to hold back and just see if I can get a little piggy bank of guns. All right, my boys are moving forward. We have our first naval invasion. It's a difficult one, this one. Really hard to win initially. Might be in a position where a few of these divisions kind of just break off and help out. And this will just pin the Japanese in. Ah, such a shame. They grabbed a port. Doctrines! They're a thing. And also, there is a hidden theorist that gives a defense bonus here, tucked away. Make sure you go for that guy first. Anyway, doctrines. We have options to the 3 cheap ones. These are the more expensive ones, the 100 XP ones, and these are the 3 cheap ones. The way this works is you just spend XP, you unlock the tier, then over time they will very slowly unlock, gaining all the bonuses. So it's kind of like the old system, but now you just don't have to click them, if that makes sense. If you click on this book here too, you can click on them and it shows you all the bonuses. So the top 1 bonuses are the ones you gain initially from militias and irregulars. Obviously that doesn't benefit us. But then if you see here, it will then also make leg of infantry have extra defense, breakthrough, and soft attack, which is a real biggie actually. And there's also Great War Infantry, which gives extra defense for infantry immediately. This seems to be geared more defensive, which kind of is our build. But to be fair with you, regulars is the way forward. The bonuses are really good. There's also an extra bonus if you look really closely for completing the entire mastery. So when you get to the bottom, you get 2% recruitable pop and 10% mobilization and also support equipment, which is really interesting if you think about it. That XP we already had was automatically banked. So if you look really close, we've also unlocked from here to here automatically to the next bonus. And this bonus is mobilization speed, then making infantry width smaller, but the extra defense. And you get the idea, basically. And there's an extra bonus for getting to the very bottom. Marvelous. At the very start of this war, you're in a really bad state, and you are going to get pushed back quite aggressively. So just accept that you are a punching bag of the Japanese. Probably play at 3 speed and 2 speed, just to take it very casually and very slowly. I don't do very well in the casual and slowly. I'm so sorry, guys. Deploy those divisions, add them to the defensive front. Wow, we're actually holding on to Beijing. I'm actually impressed. All right, let's start getting some mills in. Tempted to get the extra defense, but at the moment, we need the mills. Boom. National Defense Theorist. Extra defense bonus. He's an expert on defending. What I also do here is I don't defend the west here because they push into the desert here and take a lot of attrition. Unless they break through to here and get these supply depots, they're in a really bad way. To be fair, actually, I think even if they break through to here, they can't get these supply depots because the AI doesn't make railways. But that might have changed. Okay, that is really frustrating when the front line splits into 2. I'm going to be honest with you, that actually might be so bad. That actually might really, really hurt me. Gobble up all that land. Okay, that's actually put me in a good way. This has not put me in a good way, though. Might just be better to break the front line up here and back out of here. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Yep, let's break these guys off. Feels like we're leaving ourselves really exposed. Just realized they left a gap here. Oh, they haven't. Never mind. Eastern China, they are landing. Oof, medium tanks from Japan. Starting to think maybe the better approach might have been to defend the coastline entirely and just not let them land at all. This looks like a failure on naval invasion, so it looks like this has worked out the way I'd wanted it to. Good. This is the reason why we built our mills more inland, guys. You're learning now the process. Why did we do it this way? Well, it all makes sense now. Oh, look at this. Oh, beautiful encirclement. Beautiful. That is the first big win for China here. Now we deploy the mills in force, in numbers. All right. We have all the Chinese warlords now in this war. Every now and then, they will offer you their divisions. My advice is just assign them on to the naval coastline. Notice the AI doesn't seem to go for naval invaders in the deep south. It always seems to want to go from here, and particularly here. And if you look really closely, closer. What is this? Shanghai International Settlement. There is a naval invasion defense penalty for me in this region, which results in them, if they do naval invade here, they're more likely to break through, which is very painful. Hence the reason why I built so many forts packed together here. So if they land here, it's going to be very difficult for them to, well, secure a beachhead. Also, we have the option now to get coal. And it comes from nowhere. Magical coal from nowhere. The only downside is when you lose Shanghai, you will lose this focus. So be aware, do not lose Shanghai. Now, we can go into our trade. Now we don't need to import coal anymore, and we can just import steel. All right, the front lines have connected now, meaning we can just got a big united front. And you can see here the Japanese, as they're pushing, they're kind of not really making much ground, and they're taking a lot of attrition here. Look at this attrition. You look really closely, you can see that red jerry can. That indicates low supply, meaning they're taking really bad attrition and big penalties to the attack. Bayonet strength is a strong one because you gain extra XP for infantry. Here's the big dealio, though. XP is not as useful as it once was because you only need 100, 200, 300, 400 XP overall. So where does all the XP go? I mean, you can make the division bigger, I suppose, but I don't think it's as useful as it once was. Anyway, living off the land, we're going to reduce attrition. Oh, wow. We've actually made a push here and pushed them back. Okay. I am impressed with you, China. China, definitely number one. China strong. Another naval invasion. Northern China. They're going to land behind us. Nope. Nope. What's happening here? Why are our divisions attacking? It's because we've got them on a garrison order and they're trying to break through to get these ports to hold them. The AI will automatically do that. I'll be honest, it's a bit of a waste of equipment. If you wanted to hardcore micro it, you'd let them go to where they need to go, defending the coasts, but then delete the order so they don't auto move. Once again, I kind of like the micro. I like the fact that they're actually being proactive and finding gaps. I like that a lot, but you do you. Right now, we are low on steel, which is painful in two ways. One, it means we're losing overall factory output, but it also hurts your production efficiency gain, which is basically how much production we get over time. So both of them play a big impact on our ability to win battles. And right now, the Japanese have stopped pushing, and they're so close to some of these supply depots too. Same time, I'm going to start motorized prioritizing using some of these trucks, and this floods in equipment onto our front line. I realized too, we could just probably wrap this around a little bit, just to provide a little bit of extra defense. I feel like these guys could break through here. I'm actually tempted to help them. Go on, go on, go on, go on. Marvelous. Boom. Encirclement territory. Look, the reinforce rate's so slow. In the olden days, mass assault gave you big bonuses to reinforce rate, but unfortunately, not anymore. You only gain the reinforce rate bonus of 2% if you complete all the milestones, which is basically means complete all 4 of these paths, which is quite intense. Yeah, it's a little bit more difficult than it used to be to max those out. This one's a good one. Plus 10% efficiency growth, which denies the previous minus 40%. It's a bit of a balancing act, so we'll go for that one now. It's only 35 days. We have the option to annex one of our puppets. Doesn't make a big deal, though, because it's the one we've already took the divisions from anyway. Factories! Oh, yeah, here come the factories, and we are pumping them now. We're going to have to import more steel, because we need to keep this production up. Keep the production up, keep the production up, keep that production up. A little strategy that would be quite effective as China is to research this immediately. The difference between these two guns is massive. This one has 3 soft attack. This has 6 soft attack. The difference between these two is double the amount of soft attack. Oh, looks like they're going to land here. And I think we're probably going to hold them. If they land in 2 places, it gets more difficult. 3 places on a port. Oh, that's very difficult. Efficiency cap. Extra 15% war support. Man, all these are really good. All right, I'm just going to stack all these. Let's just get the production output down. Let's make these divisions nice and fat and juicy and well-rounded. You can see they're losing here. Just move a division over. Move another one over. And it looks like we're pitting them in. Yes. And then the final focus, empower those that have lost. So this gives a lot of war support. Oh my goodness, they're actually pushing. They're super pushing. AI, too strong, please nerf. At the same time, well, let's go total mobilization. Make the economy grow larger. All right, we're going to get a bit more artillery. There are a bunch of artillery focuses in the focus tree, which we'll check out a little bit later. Oh my goodness, are we pushing them back here? Is this what's happening? Move, push, push, push. Oh my goodness, we've actually done it. Oh my damn. Be aware you are leaving gaps though, just FYI. Oh my goodness. Wow, wow, wow. Meanwhile, the front line. Yep, I told you. I did the right thing here. They've designated troops in the western front here, and they're not doing anything really. They're just kind of holding the front line. We're making more and more and more mills. More mills. There's an argument to be made that you probably should build some infrastructure in these starting states. And because I never even lost Shanghai, probably building here with the higher infrastructure was kind of worthwhile. Look at all the building slots. 8 building slots occupied. There's an argument to be made. Building there would have been actually worthwhile. Once again, you never really know how your games are going to play out, so just play it by ear. Another naval invasion, but right now I feel so strong they're just going to be completely denied. Yep, and they are. Now we stack all the defense bonuses, and therefore... Well, I mean, we're not moving right now, so we're not going to move anymore, are we? China will grow stronger. What we're going to do is make another division, put that as a default, so therefore the equipment will be prioritized for this division over others, and we'll add soft attack on, which is artillery, an extra 15, which is a biggie. Pop that to the top. Maybe change it from the hat to something else. What else have we got? Ooh, different hat. Elephant. None of these feel very Chinese. I guess this one does. We'll go for the helmet. And therefore, we'll select this guy's army and change him to the helmet. We have enough artillery for that. I guess I could do it for this army too. Yeah. The idea is you just slowly transition, tiptoe into that new division. And we'll also make it a little bit bigger too, so it's 10 width. We are behind on guns now, but we are going to play super catch-up in 25 days. Easy. Ooh, that is a good naval invasion. They've locked us behind our own lines here. Okay, I'm going to peel off a few divisions just to make sure we don't lose too many here. Oh, and we haven't lost too many here. Oh, my goodness. I'm actually so impressed with these divisions. There's been many a times I've played this run and I've tried to go for a different strategy, like adding big divisions on, and it's not worked so well. Try another push. Wait for the guns to catch up first. Yep, there we're there. And 3, 2, 1, and push. Oh my goodness, we're pushing. The reason I'm pushing is this is plain, so there's no terrain penalties. Defense in depth. Then you can rush guerrilla warfare towards serve the country's almost loyalty. Another push here. Bit difficult. It's easy to push into here because I had more of a surround, therefore I could put more combat width into the front line. Another naval invasion. They always try and land here. Now, if they land here, breaking them back into the sea is very hard because it's marsh. And the terrain penalty is minus 40% attack. So, FYI, it's better to defend here than to be attacking into here. So, my advice is that's the reason why I built 2 coastal forts here. 6 divisions versus 1 horsey. Who will win? Activate. Intense music. We have a victor. All right, start focusing on all the soft attack bonuses now. Stack them, stack them, stack them. Do not upgrade your guns, though. That's going to hurt your production efficiency, particularly if you've gone for concentrated industry. Don't do that. Big mistake, not wise. Boom, encirclement. Okay, we're reaching a point where I don't think Japan can recover. Don't forget to set a front line, because then we can build planning bonus. Another attempt, and another failure. What's the stats like? Not good enough. Not good enough. Now, one of the issues is making the division larger is you run into this problem. Now you're overloading your supply depots. So in this case, every time you hit this button to upgrade here, it increases the capacity by 5, from 15 to 20. So we click it, and you can see this is the impact. Railways are just so expensive to upgrade. There is a way of making an upgrade more efficiently, and it's under your army branch. It's here, reorganize the train, plus 15% construction for railways. So that is quite useful. But in the meantime, we're focused on raw upgrades. In this case, loyalty to the defense. Defense loyalty. Ah, yes. He's going to land behind us now. It looks to me like the best strat here, guys, is once you've landed here is to build a port. Oh, you can't do that, can you, though? Because it's part of a warlord. This becomes a very difficult place to defend just based on its location, I guess. Every time they land here now, we have more difficulties. So the way around this is to make the Shandong clique be our puppet of ours. Shandong clique. Shandong clique. They're our puppet now. And now we are going to build coastal forts here. And what that means is because they're already assigned on the defense order, they will automatically move troops into this region when they arrive. Oh no. They're taking that port too. Ooh, can we move here? I feel quite confident, even though we're losing these battles, I feel like we could keep pushing here. I'm going to keep doing that. Ooh, another naval invasion. And we're denying it. That's good. Good. Top it off as well. We're going to add some mills. Queue them back up again. It's a bit of a shame here. A bit of a failure on my behalf. I don't look like I'm able to defend this region. And we're getting hit by Japanese ships. Bit of a fail on my behalf. It is what it is. Unfortunately, if you want to make an omelette, there is going to be some eggs that will need to be beaten before. So in this case, I'm going to pull out of this region now and do naval invasion support in this region. Got an option to pin this guy in. So in that case, I get to move forward and encircle that boyo. You've overextended yourself, you fool. Wow, you gained so much naval XP just from a few battles. Okay, screens, patrol boats. It feels very China-esque, doesn't it? You've not got a big navy, so take advantage of the few bonuses you do have. Oh, look at the cast damage. Okay, we need to invest into anti-air. How many guns have we got? 20,000. Oh, I think it's time to upgrade the guns. But now we look at all that production efficiency we've lost. That's painful. To top that off as well, something else we've lost is we've not taken care of our production efficiency issues. This is, at the moment, going to be tweaked in the final version. But the minute, every 60 days, you lose 1% efficiency economy. Someone figured this out. It's basically a very, very, very long time until we start to fix this. So my advice is take care of that immediately. It's something that I've pushed to the wayside. But to be fair, at the moment, I'm holding quite strong. So at the moment, I'm not feeling too bad about that. Okay, we're going to move down the entirety of the army to this front line. Significantly bigger army designated to this region. And I think we might have the power to push them back. We'll see. Ooh, ooh, yes, no, maybe. I don't know. Can it be done? Can it be done? No, yes, no, yes, no. That's a no. All right, moving on here. Staff office plan. Get that planning bonus. The reason I'm actually so desperate here is I'm not willing to lose these divisions here. That would actually upset me. There goes our navy. Rip. It's best to use the navy and sacrifice it than just having sitting port and doing nothing. Oh, wow. Breakthrough. Go, attack, be aggressive. Win! Okay, we're never going to have a naval invasion here again because I'm going to build coastal forts. Boom. Right click. Kill. There is an opportunity for the cheeky strategy here where you encircle them on the port. But I am a better man than this. I'm not going to do that. No cheese today. Just for today. Hey, listen. Every now and then, I have you guys in the comments asking for me to do a non-exploit run. And this is a non-exploit run, so enjoy. It's for that one guy who keeps asking for it. So I'm doing it for you. For you. For you. Boom. Anti-air. And an extra battalion would be nice, but we've not got the XP for that. The minute they do a naval invasion, I immediately surround them. I guess I want to do this one as well now as well. Yep. We're not going to have any opportunity to land. It feels like in this situation, it's best to just not let them land. As I say that, they land. The fear. Make the division bigger again. Give it more attack capabilities, but keep an eye on the supply. As you can see, the supply situation is getting worse. We have to build railways again. All right, another opportunity for a cheeky encirclement. We're going to go for it. Let's do it. Oh. Oh. I'll say it again. I am not prepared for how effective that was. It looks right now we've eliminated so many of their divisions that they're in a bad way. Oh, they've taken so many casualties more than us. Oh, wow. Wow. All right, we're in a position right now that I feel like going for focuses to fix the economy is kind of dumb. So, is it time to push? Let's push. There we go. Bust. Open the Japanese front line. Don't know what that circle means. Say gorilla cell. I thought they had pandas in Japan, not gorillas. What's going on with this game? Paradox. I'll say this again. I've said it a million times, but remember, you initially look like you're not losing, you're not winning, you're not breaking through, but just over time, you're grinding against them and eventually beating them back. So the political path for China is actually this middle bit. There's an option here to make guns a lot cheaper, and I did go for this strategy once upon a time, but I just don't think it's that as effective as just producing your own guns. This one makes guns cheaper. This one also makes guns cheaper too. So if you want to stack guns and eventually push back the Japanese, that's how you do it. You just basically put as many numbers on them as possible. Anyway, the initial path here is the path you want to go for China for unlocking your political focuses. Oh no, they landed. Then automatically they were de-orged immediately. Sweet, sweet victory. All right, what do we do? So I want to go for a little bit more support equipment. And you know what? We'll make a awful tank. Yes, it's awful. It's terrible. It's got Bob Semple vibes to it. Watch me bust open the front line. Beijing's been taken. Guerrilla action once again in Beijing. Whoosh. Also, I'm going to make the front line narrower so we can concentrate our firepower. Logistics wizard. You've only got one trait, so pick carefully. Long-term, logistics wizard is good. Are we having supply issues? Ooh, not really. What I would be looking for is if any of these supply depots were overloaded, but they're not. In that circumstance, we're going to go for infantry expert for that extra 5% attack. All right, import the steel, import the coals. Worker conditions, anti-fascists, anti-communists. You can also start annexing puppets. My advice is save your political power and your influence because you can get these cheaper later in the game. Remember when you're pushing on the front line here to grab the coastal regions because they're the ones that have got the supply. But that is a big push. Are we on aggressive? Let's go aggressive. Mass charge has been unlocked. That's the one I wanted. Mass charge. Attack. Mass charge. There we go. Mass charge. So that basically means when we go into combat, we're more likely to unlock mass charge as a tactic, and that allows the combat width to be wider. Therefore, we can concentrate more of our firepower in a very small and more niche location, which is better for us to win those battles. Always be aware of naval invasions. They will keep doing them to you. Yep, this focus allows you to subjugate the faction, which is a faction goal. You will gain 1.5 stability for every ward in a faction. Will add 10% defense on core territory when enabling low faction manifest. Once again, faction goals. Not really familiar with them, but yeah, they're beneficial to you. All right, stop for a second, guys. Gonna build some planning bonus. Supply is not looking good. Maybe I should have gone for logistic wizards. Oops. All right, we're doing a careful attack this time and see what gains we can make. It does look like we're struggling a little bit. Yeah. That's a little bit frustrating because that actually incentivizes me to pull back here and do this again. I know that's a weird strat, but this gives us a massive supply advantage. Anyway, pull back. All right, we pulled back. We're going to exercise to level 3 and then dig in for another round. Again, armor, tanks. We're going to go for the one that gives light tank recon bonuses. That's the one I'm aiming for. Armored recon, extra org plus 2%. I think that's the one. Armored cavalry is pretty good because it gives extra breakthrough, but only for mechanized. Oh, that doesn't apply then. Some streamlined deploying in that circumstance. We'll add on. Oh, we don't have the recon even researched. Wow. What is reconnaissance? What is scouting the battlefield? What is that all about? Division time to go big. Keep an eye on your steel. Production, 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 production. Wow. It's been how many years? And they've finally done a successful naval invasion. Japan, I'm proud of you. But this is where it ends. Nice try. Recon has arrived. Let's add that reconnaissance on, which is a light tank recon. Adding on a bunch of stats. You know, I wouldn't normally do this. This is normally what the strategy I kind of go for. But in this circumstance, because I'm trying to go for all the doctrines and unlock them all, this gives me option for everything, right? We have a new faction goal. Maintain control of the coastline. Does that give me the benefit? All right, I've gained war support and army XP. Okay. Subjugate the West. This will reduce autonomy gain. Oh, that's really cool. All right, okay, so we have to press the buttons to subjugate now. And they're half the cost that they once were, I believe. This is the path when you've defeated the Japanese, and this is the path when you've defeated the communist Chinese. Damn, they just won't stop, will they? They just won't stop. Now we're in a position where we can get rid of this fallback line and make a regular front line, and then push. Hey, they're back again for another round. All right, another push. If we can get all the way to the Mongolian border, then we can separate east and west. The next supply depot is this one, so that's the one we want. The issue now is the more I push out without supply... Oh, we've got a supply depot, never mind. Okay. Main supply depots have been taken. Path northward is looking more open than ever. And is that the end? They've not capitulated. Oh, they're one of those nations you have to take every single piece of land from them. Which makes sense in a way. I mean, fake Japanese puppet state. But I've split them in half, so that's a win. Push! New front line. New front line. Attack. Balanced approach. There you go. Manchukuo is no more. Mastery reward unlocked. This is the bonuses. Mechanized, soft attack, cavalry recon attachment gains extra bonuses. I'm sad that's not the actual one I've gone for. Is it because I've unlocked this bottom one? I'm trying to think in here, is there any bonuses that I would take advantage of? Now I've gone for light tanks. That's all line artillery. That's anti-tank. This one is line artillery again. That one's helicopters. I need to unlock that. This one's recon. Oh, crap. That's the one I should have gone for. Oh, we'll change it over. Wow. Third research slot at this point in the game. Feels a little bit weird. Anyway, excavation. Give me resources. Can't progress down this part of the focus tree because you have to defeat the Japanese or the Chinese there. Defeat the Chinese. Defeat yourself. The true enemy is yourself for victory. It's some kind of like Chinese proverb, doesn't it? Before you could defeat your rival, you must defeat yourself. Whoosh. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Encirclement. All right, time to go aggressive. Biggest downside of Last Stand is you can't manually retreat. So end up in situations where you end up getting encircled if one of the flanks break. The AI has made a grave sacrifice. I don't like Last Standing or Force Attacking. I feel like you lose too many casualties. There are ideal places to use it, but I haven't found those places yet. So let me know in the comments if you ever do. Because I don't know where they are. Is it time to go bigger? Go big or go home, right? Push, push, push. When you're winning, the most powerful weapon is the right click. When you're winning, Control B, get to the front, and go, go, go. Oh, that's kind of cute that the AI decides right at this moment to do a naval invasion. That's kind of cute. Too little, too late. Because that would have been a really good place to do a naval invasion earlier on because I wasn't defending that area. But it doesn't matter anymore. The final push. Oh, new icon time. What is this? Ask for air base access from the Soviet Union. Why not? I think it's because they're at war with the Axis. Oh, hello. Japan. They've made a bunch of puppet nations. Interesting. The Empire of Vietnam. That's so cool. Japan has offered us peace. We accept. We now have a new enemy. So we can change the faction rules now to kick people out the faction. When can the leader change? Who can join the faction? Who can be removed from the faction? Here we go. Countries using independence wars, threatening countries. We can remove that rule, and that will allow us to remove China, for then China to invade China. It makes sense if you think about it. Oh, here we go. War goal against China. But it'll complete before I go for that focus, so we're not going to do that. Petition for territorial restoration. Okay. See what that does. I think it means you give all your cores to me if it's not one of the cores of their own, I believe. Okay, so what will this do? Nothing. Ask Portugal and UK to hand back their territories. I've improved relations, so maybe that's increased the chance. Ask for offer military access. Offer base access. Airbase access. Negotiate licenses. Okay, none of those improve relations. Okay. All right, all the boys are in position. Oh, I probably shouldn't have declared war when I was about to ask for that land back. Probably hurt relations there. No, actually I've not. Bunch of generals have switched sides. Luckily, none of the ones I've selected. That's good. And then I'm going to have to call all the warlords in. There we go. Oh, and a bunch of land's been handed over to the communist Chinese. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Whoosh! Hand over the cities. The UK says. Portugal says yes. And the UK says yes. Yay. You know, funnily enough, if they were holding the mountains, they'd actually do okay. But now they've taken extra land through the guerrilla cells that they've set up. They're in a worse position than they were before. Wow. The historical civil war was a lot longer than that. Unification is not done yet. Am I going to core Tibet? Is this what every Chinese dream is? We're going to core the Tibetans? For some reason, I can't take all of it because some of the warlords have taken some of the land. But the warlords, technically I should have all the war score, right? And never mind, I took all of it anyway. Oh, I was actually joking. You can actually core Tibet. All right, there we go. Unification under Kai Shek. Just basically means we are now an authoritarian kind of dictatorship, I suppose. All right, let's remove these two warlords because they're not subjects. I'm not getting the option to make them subjects. So I have a feeling if we go for this focus preemptive strike, we can just annex them anyway. Feed them guns to reduce autonomy. Reduce autonomy. Oh, we have a truce with them. Oh, no, the truce just expired. Okay. Question is anyone going to join this faction? Our faction's been updated. We've got a new faction system now, which actually works better. Maybe. And call to arms. And pop. Hand more guns to the puppets. More guns to the puppets. Okay, just can keep doing this back to back in a row. I guess this takes the stress of having to lend-lease them. Damn, this economy, said no one. Option to subjugate Korea. Gains war focus goal against Korea. Alternatively, we can, if we're not in the Chinese United Front, we could actually join the Allies. Interesting. Korea has gained its independence and then immediately lost it. Oh, they've joined the Allies! Okay. Oof, it's on now. Front line here. Front line here. Also a very small front line in Tibet here. Any others? Whoa. Reclaim the North. Gain cores of the Soviet Union. So basically, you're restoring the borders to the very furthest of the Greater China, I suppose. You know, like the Ming Dynasty all the way back. Vladivostok, for instance, getting cored, and Tanutuva. That is actually kind of cool. I like that. Endgame. We have mutual enemies. We may not be friends for now, but we have mutual enemies. So in that case, we're going to help a brother out, okay? All of those. Okay, maybe not all of everything, actually. That's too much, because I need some reserves myself. All right. 3 out of 4 unlocked. Oh, finally a breakthrough. Come on, keep going. There we go. Finally a breakthrough. Damn. Oh, I was about to say I don't need to import coal anymore, but I actually do. Oops. No more oil. Still a little bit of steel. Economy is a lot more balanced now, though. Oh, this faction goal is interesting. If you increase the infrastructure in these regions, you will gain a bunch of free resources. Wow. Okay. Woo. Oh, now we're talking, boys. Actual rewards I care about. Breaking the Bangladeshi rivers here is always hard, but showing green throughout, just, it's a slow process. Wow, there's a lot of fuel here. Whoa. Paradox. Man, you've added a lot of fuel there. New meme. Second war versus Japan. Yeah, why not? I guarantee you they're going to want to naval invaders again. I guarantee, so we're going to have to do this. And go. Declare on the puppets. It's a weird thing they don't auto-declare, but you can declare immediately. They would like peace. We've already done peace. We've already tried peace, okay? It didn't work, all right? So, round 2. I think that's it. Overwhelming firepower. Overwhelming fire. And +2 reinforce rate. And that's it. We're maxed. My understanding is now, because I've done all the milestones, I get the extra bonuses. Completing all the milestones will unlock less combat out of supply penalties, more entrenchment, 2% reinforce rate, minimum training time, weekly combat casualties, increased war support. You know what? Those bonuses seem a little bit underwhelming compared to all the work I needed to do to get it. Oh, I don't know what's happened. Oh, it's because I declared on Japan, so now I'm at war with Germany. Germany, you really messed up there. I was sending you like the most largest amount of lend-lease ever. Oh well, mistakes were made. Now we're at war with everyone, apart from the Soviet Union. Indochina. Called China for a reason, right? Yep. I actually don't know why it's called Indochina. Someone in the comments will let me know. And then also cracking over Malaysia. Don't need these tanks anymore. Oh, wow. Singapore's actually a different state now. It's not part of Malaysia. Wow. It's a brand new game. All right, they're retreating from this state to Singapore. I wonder if this is classed as a strait. It's going to be quite annoying to take them out. All right, we broke them. Now they're here. And there's also another island right behind it. Oh, we're going to have to knock them out from here anyway. The final push. The Battle of Singapore. Instead of Japanese versus the British, it is the Chinese versus the British. Singapore's down. And then the final island. And that is subcontinental supremacy. The final thing to do. Annex, 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 annex. Unified China. Amazing. No Compromise and No Surrender releases on the 20th of November. And the base game is free to play on Steam from the 20th to the 24th of November. What do you think? Expansion success or expansion failure? Let me know, guys. DLC good, DLC bad. Let me know in the comments. Apart from that, if your name is on screen right now, you are amazing. If that's what you're into. Apart from that, have a good day. See you later, guys. I love you.